Hello, I'm John Lynch, and this is Bruce McNichol. And Bill Thrall's not with us today, one of the three amigos. And we have been at this for a while, for a long time, trying to express this message of grace, of new identity, of living out of the freedom of who Jesus says we are on our worst day. So, you just read the first chapter, Two Roads. Man, if you could know how long we struggled to come up with that metaphor, how do you give a picture of that initial heart motivation of how am I going to live this life, the rest of my life? Am I going to live out of trying to perform for God and then seeing my sin between us and God way over there? Always feeling a little bit like I'm behind? Or am I going to take this bizarre, daring leap into saying, you'd rather me trust you than perform for you? And where that leads all the way to Jesus with his arm around us.
When we take you to the fork in the road and you begin to realize that we're trying to make a choice at that fork in the road between pleasing God and trusting God, realize that we're asking you to think about what is my primary motive in life. Because whatever my primary motive is, that will be leading to the thing that I value, and that will lead to how I behave, my actions. So if my primary motive is wanting to please God, I will value performing for him, and that will lead me to trying to manage my stuff, my sin. If my primary motive, on the other hand, is trusting God, that will lead me to value the relationship with Jesus, with God, and be able to trust who he says I am. And that will lead me to want to love others. The one motive, the first motive, leads me to try to manage my stuff. And that will actually make me a little self-centered. The second motive will actually lead me to want to love others. And that's what Jesus says. Trust me, and they'll know that you follow me because you love others.
Maybe you picked it up right in the middle of that chapter. We talk about a group of people who, in disgust of leaving the room of good intentions, they never make it back to the crossroads. That represents millions and millions of people we know, and you know. That would be a great discussion point tonight to talk about how in the world do I get there? What has the church done? What has our theology done that allows friends to get there to where they just say, no more. I don't want anything to do with this. I believe Jesus is real, but I don't want to meet with any of the rest of you anymore. It's too painful. There's too much control, and it doesn't seem real. So that would be a great thing to talk about. This vehicle of the two roads gives us language and new ways of describing, oh man, today I feel like I'm back in the room of good intentions. So enjoy, you guys. Have a great, great time working this one through.